Astrum AI. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a lovely, fantastic podcast with Astrum AI. We're really excited to be here. And once again, I'm joined by a friend, a colleague, and someone that I really respect in the field of fintech. Julian, thanks for joining us all the way from Zurich, Switzerland.
Many thanks. Hi, Atif. Pleasure to be here and pleasure for having me today.
Yeah, no, it's been really fantastic. I love the podcast we had last time, kind of going around the topic of AI booms and what's real, what's fake, what's the hype. And I think a lot of people, the feedback we're getting is pretty positive from that. A lot of people found it very informative. So I thought we'd continue the trend and we
Mhm.
talk about financing with AI. So
Right.
basically, I'm looking at my stats over here and what's really imperative or what really stands out when you look at the data is exactly how AI is transforming finance. And fintech has to say it's really changed the game. And we touched upon this last time when we were talking about Nvidia's, $1 trillion stock and the whole kind of environment that's created. If we continue from that and we ask the simple question, why now? What's going on now?
Yeah, very valid question. Why now? Why not 3 months ago? Why not in 6 months, right? But I think right now we are at this inflection point where we have this generative AI that has moved from lab to large scale adoption. Now everyone or every companies are already thinking about the adoption or how to implement that, and they are going through pilot projects. And I think that's a key moment. And also something else. As we touched upon last time, I think it's important to remind our listener that AI is really a cross-sector impact. Cross-sector can touch any industry, right? And
Has
that
a
I think the
huge
most
reach. Exactly, has a
exactly.
huge reach.
It's sometimes we hear it's kind of the new electricity moment or the internet moment, right? That's sometimes the analogy we hear, and I think that's definitely true because, as I said, it touch every industry.
And this thing that you're saying is touching every industry. This can be scary for a lot of people. This can really be quite a daunting kind of experience. But what I think that we could do today, especially on today's podcast, is really talk about the reality of the situation instead of being afraid of it, understanding it. And that would be great if you could give some more insight on how can we kind of navigate through it.
So I can first of all just highlight that nowadays those new advanced model like ChatGPT, I think everyone knows this one, but we have others such as Claude 3.5 and some others, right? But I think the most important part is right now they can not only answer questions, but they can create content and also automate tasks with a new level of sophistication. And that's basically what attract a huge user bases virtually overnight. And I think you are looking for a concrete example here, right? I think I can highlight or give you the example how AI is right now transforming finance and can give you a use case. For example, now traditional banks or big banks, large banks, right, they are using AI to fraud detection, for example. That is one user case. Or know your client automation. If you want to onboard a client before, you had to fill out a form and then someone was replicating on the computer, right? And now everything can be automated. You can save time, lower your cost. And also something interesting is related to marketing or to personalize your banking, right? Before it was very standardized, everyone had the same online banking, and now they are going to this towards this direction where you're gonna have your very personalized banking or online banking, and that's a bit the next level. And they're gonna use AI to automate everything in the background and to get this result without someone defining everything for everyone, right? And that's,
Right.
I think, it's very important. And the impact for those banks, it's in terms of efficiency gain. It's really efficiency gains because AI gonna lower costs, improve risk management, and also boost, very important, boost client engagement, because that I think it's a very important part. Yeah, that's a
And
quick
that's
example.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's a great example. And I think that really kind of comes back to the opportunities that AI has created that didn't exist prior to its creation. And, the idea of having an individual experience that's created by the AI system, which would have been, like you said, it would really not have been an affordable business variable. It couldn't be. And now, because of AI, because of the specific kind of development, be it the AI agent, be it the LLM process, be it, again, SaaS integration into these softwares, you can now not only, like you mentioned, it's such a cross industry, product or service. It's actually much, much more. Not only is it able to touch so many industries, it's able to create so many new opportunities and experiences for people. And what's really interesting for me is that I always wondered, the question was always there, would people accept this technology? Or would they say, no, we want the human element? But I think what's really interesting is that experience of that value that you give to the customer or to the client, like this, we made this for you.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, definitely agree with what you said. And I think, yeah, it's gonna be definitely an added value to have this personalization, right? And also from an employer or from a company perspective, you can collect data and can be more accurate for delivering your services. And I think that's going to be also key for the future, right? You're going to lower your cost, but at the same time, you're going to be much more accurate or deliver a better service. And I think that's going to be also a key moment for the future as well.
Now, let's go back to where we started with investment. I really have an interesting question for you because I know you're a specialist in fintech and finance and investing. What's a barbell strategy for AI investing? Do you think you could share that with us? Do you think you could give us your little tips, and what would you recommend and why would you recommend it?
Thanks. Very good question here. I mean, if you would like to invest in this trend or in this AI boom, right? I think either you are a very specialist and it's really 100% time if you would like to go with a single stock approach, right? I mean, to pick the next winner of the race. But if you would like to apply a more cautious approach, I would recommend to go with ETFs. We have a bunch of ETFs that are available in the market, and we also have thematic ETFs that are specialized or focusing on AI specifically, right? And for example, we have this. I mean, that's a ticker name, but it's IQ or BOTZ or Robo names that's gonna be very specific to AI. And if you invest here, you're gonna be diversified. You're gonna get a diversified exposure to AI ecosystem. So meaning you're gonna bet that AI gonna continue to trend or gonna trend up, right? But you don't take the risk to bet only on one single stock. And I think that's a cautious approach if you are an investor and you don't want to take too much.
Yeah, that's a really good answer, and it's really informative. Another thing that I like to throw in there is my own hat, and I would say I would also look at the companies that are developing that AI or utilizing the AI code in industry specific. So, for example, like AstrumAI, my company, what we do now is that, we are identifying exactly this processes that you talked about with regards to fintech. And what we basically do is understand how AI can be integrated, how AI can utilize and adapt and perform optimally for these companies that then want to provide this service. And I think it's really important to also understand what kind of AI companies are, working with them or partnering with them, and who are they investing their time with to develop these products, because that is really a big difference. It's kind of a symbiotic relationship. The end goal is the same. The service that we want to provide has to be paramount. It has to be the best. It has to be excellent. And in fintech, that's really what it is, right? It's catering to the clients, it's providing those services and partnering with the right AI companies. Companies like my company, I'm not the only one. There's fantastic companies out there that are developing themselves, that are growing, that are existing, and that are emerging in the startup, world. And I think that this is a really exciting opportunity. I started this podcast by saying, why now? And really, why now is why not now? And this is the right time to, not only does AI help us individually, but AI is also helping us as an organization. And it's allowing us to expand that across many different industries. And if we specifically look at fintech, I think that the key aspect of it is the unique experience that it provides on both ends, B2B and B2C. And I think that's something really unique. And we could sit here and talk about it, the options and the opportunities that can be created they are limitless.
Yeah, I fully agree with what you said, and I think very well explained why, I mean, we should consider or focus on our company, because I think that's gonna be I definitely think it's gonna be the future. I mean, to have this know-how about AI and to be ready to implement the know-how or to help a future, to help companies to develop. And in this sense, I think that's a very good positioning, and I think that's gonna be the future. I definitely agree with what you said. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Julian, for your insight, for the sharing of your knowledge. I'm really excited for our next podcast and the next things we talk about. And as always, our role here is really to empower the listener, the viewer, to really understand what is out there, what opportunities are available to them in fintech, as well as artificial intelligence itself. And I'm really excited for everyone's feedback to this video and the comments that you share, or maybe tell us in the comment section what you'd like to hear us talk about, which industry specific things you'd like to know more about. Thank you so much, Julian. And thank you everyone for listening and joining us on an Astrum AI podcast. Take care, everyone. Please have a great day, a great week, a great month, and a fantastic life. Bye-bye.
Bye. Many thanks, Atif. A great pleasure to be here and a pleasure to continue this series of podcasts. Thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much, brother. Astrum AI.